Hey everyone, well, the ink has barely dried on the comprehensive stimulus bill, and now Speaker Pelosi has announced that they plan to introduce yet another stimulus bill on top of this one. In today's video, I'm going to get into what we know about it so far and the time frame we may be looking at. This is a topic that I'm following closely, so if you want to stay informed on the changes, be sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you'll know when I publish new content. In a press release, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, said, "We must double down on the down payment we made in the CARES Act by passing a CARES 2 package, which will extend and expand this bipartisan legislation to meet the needs of the American people." Listen, I applaud this, and I think it's going to be sorely needed. There's no question that people are hurting right now, and I could spend my time griping that as of the time I'm recording this video, not one individual or small business has received a payment yet, and I wish they would spend as much time focusing on implementing the first bill instead of trying to grab the spotlight by announcing a second round of payments. But ultimately, I do know that a second round is going to be needed, so I'm glad it's being addressed. So they've been very tight-lipped so far on what round 2 may contain. The press release from Speaker Pelosi simply said, CARES 2 must go further in assisting small businesses, including farmers, extending and strengthening unemployment benefits, and giving families additional direct payments. So while I'm sure there'll be a lot of extra stuff worked into part 2 of this bill, it appears that this will be around $1 trillion that'll mostly be spent in more funds for the payroll protection plan that gives loans to small businesses, some extended unemployment insurance, and additional direct payments to individuals. And while there's certainly no hard numbers in that language they provided us, we might be able to read between the lines a little by going back to the version of the bill Speaker Pelosi originally proposed. Now, you may remember that the Senate Republicans came up with a version. It was shot down temporarily by the Democrats, and then they introduced their own version. Ultimately, the version that passed was a slightly modified Republican version. So let's start first with the payroll protection program and then work our way down to the individual payments. Round 2 of the stimulus would almost certainly include the expansion of the payroll protection loans to small businesses, but it does seem that Trump's administration may have stolen some of their thunder by announcing just earlier today that they were adding an additional $250 billion to that program, which is subject to approval by lawmakers. So this may already be fixed before the Democrats get a chance to include it in their bill. And then we have the extension of unemployment insurance. The Democrats and Republicans' version of the stimulus were very similar in how they approached unemployment. They each wanted to add an additional $600 on top of whatever the individual states were paying. And in the version that passed, this could be paid until July 31st. Now, as far as I can tell, the dollar amount isn't up for change, but they simply want to extend the time period that it can be paid. And then we have the individual payments. This is what we've been referring to as the stimulus checks. In the Democrats' original bill, they wanted $1,500 per person with a Social Security number. Now, this was including children, but was limited to no more than 3 children. So a couple with 3 children would have been eligible for $7,500 instead of the $3,900 that the Republican version ended up passing. So it's likely to see an increase to at least get it up to that amount. And this is what we know so far. But as the details emerge, I'll be sure to keep you informed. But seriously, you need to subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already. YouTube is a big place, and you may never see my channel again if you don't. Well, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.